Welcome to the Second Chance Live show. I'm your host, Darryll Stinson. We're going to talk about inspiring stories of people who have overcame obstacles, struggles, challenges, haters in order to produce success in their life. And today, I have my guest, my friend, my brother from another mother, Nick Reynolds, aka the Shoemaker _ATL. How you doing, my friend?
What's good, bro? It's about time you had me on here, bro.
So he was hating, and he was saying that I didn't have him on enough. Or he said, you walk by me every day because we work in the same building. And I was like, it's all about timing, man. And I do believe now is the right time. Today we're going to talk about creativity. Nick is arguably, don't get the big head, one of the most creative people that I know.
I am the creator.
And here's what I know. I know that whether you consider yourself a creative person or not, you have a creative bone in your body. Some people just have more creative bones. I feel like Nick was just born with a bunch of them, but I got my own and you have your own. So today we're going to talk about how to unleash your creativity. Okay. So you know what time it is. If you are tuning in, I'm going to ask that you hit that share button. And if you're watching on Facebook, you can host a watch party. The watch party will let all of your viewers, your Facebook stalkers, know that this is content worth listening to. So go ahead and hit that share button. Guys, Nick is a youth pastor. He is a creative. He's got a brand called Shoemaker ATL. He's the former CEO of Cool Life Livin, which was designed to reduce bullying and suicide in schools. He's partnering with me to do a hope tour to reduce depression and suicide amongst our youth. And today, we're going to get into some stuff. So if you have questions throughout this experience, my team is here to serve you. Drop your comments or your questions in the chat below. We will answer them. I'm done talking right now. You know what? Just because I'm feeling hyped today, I think you got me hyped, bro. I don't usually be this hyped.
I have that effect on people.
You have that effect. You know what? You got me hyped. I'm going to run a commercial real quick. You ready? This just for you, Nick. Just for you.
Cry, my dear athlete. Life threw you a curve. It took the game you love and gave you pain you didn't deserve. I say cry, my dear athlete. Don't hold back your tears. You've lost the game you love, the one you've played for years. I say cry, my dear athlete, because you've lost the sense of self. One moment you were a star, and now you feel like everyone else. Wait, no, don't cry, my dear athlete. You've been here once before. The grit it took to get you here is the strength that'll carry you forward. I said, don't cry, my dear athlete. Who told you life was done? Yeah, your sports career may be over, but your life has just begun. So no, don't cry, my dear athlete. I know life threw you a curve. It took the game you loved and gave you pain you didn't deserve. So no, don't cry, my dear athlete, because you are not alone. There are thousands of athletes just like you who don't know where to go. So no, don't cry, my dear athlete. Your life will be more than okay. If no one else understands, I want you to know I can relate.
Ooh, and that's because you're on my show. You got to listen to the whole thing. All right, I'm done acting.
The audio for you, bro.
Dear athlete, spoken word. Nick heard that and he was like, "Bro, you play yourself."
Yeah, bro. You should have let me do the audio, bro. Just let me.
I recorded that in my closet on an ironing board with a Yeti mic when I was far away from the Yeti mic. So it's cool. I like it. Other people like it. Cry. Anyways, man, let's get into this. Hey, man, let people know your journey. Since we are on the Second Chance Athletes brand, let them know a little bit about your time playing sports and how you transition from that into entrepreneurship, even though you've always been an entrepreneur.
Okay. All right. Like you said, I've always been an entrepreneur. I was like selling penny candy back in like elementary school, like, walking out with like $10. And back then that was a lot. But then I played sports through high school, and I was decent. I wasn't like great. But like I always like felt like I had like this pressure to just go to the next level. I was always been like artistic, and I remember like being young and saying, I want to be an artist when I grow up, and like just my elders saying, well, there's no money in that. You don't make money in art. You should go into architecture, which is what I was pursuing. I actually worked at a firm for a little bit. But then it was like too much math, and all they did was sat around and smoke cigarettes. The only time they got up was to go smoke cigarettes, and they come back in and get on the computer. I was like, I don't want this. So then actually that's when I went to CMU and like played there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, like I love the camaraderie of it. I love the relationships that I built. It's like you can't compare it to anything. I mean, obviously, bro, like we played together, like we're best friends. Like, so like there's just something about just going through all of that adversity together, especially like off the field, like during like the winter breaks and stuff like that, while everybody was at home chilling, drinking hot cocoa, bro. They was mutting us and we was doing tour duties, bro. I remember that, bro. It was messed up. But like I remember I always just felt empty. Like while I was on the team, I would be creating like funny videos and stuff like that and just like having fun. But then like I would dread going to practice. And it just never, like, it was just like, I remember just thinking, it's like, man, this isn't fun anymore. Like that's the best way to describe it. I mean, there was one time where we were going through like O-line drills and like I wasn't up yet. And so I was just like staring off, and it was evening. And I remember the sun was going down. I was just staring off in the clouds. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, there has to be something more than this.
Right.
Like all I wanted to do was go home and like draw and like just create something. I didn't know what it was, but it was a discontent at the time. And that's all I wanted to do was create something. But no one around me could relate. It seemed like everybody on the team was all in except for me. And that's when my journey to like just like following that path of discontent happened, and like I just started rebelling more, and then I ended up getting well, I almost got kicked off the team, but I quit before they kicked me off. And it was just because I didn't want to be there. And like I remember that like I told him, I was like, hey, I'm done, I'm like hanging it up. And I was like supposed to start that following year. Which is crazy, bro, because I'm only 6'1", to start as a center at 6'1" on a D1 college football team. It was a big deal. And like, they were like talking about a scholarship, but it was like, no, I'm good. I'm ready to step down. And around the time I was starting Cool Life Livin, and I quit. And bro, it was like a solid 2 weeks where I had no idea what to do. I was like, man, like I didn't realize that, bro, like that's when it hit me. It's actually 24 hours in a day. Bro, because before that, like our schedule was like completely maxed out, bro. Like they literally planned everything out for us. And I would go to class and I would go home. And it was like, oh, like I don't, like I get to determine this.
Right.
Bro, but after those 2 weeks, bro, I took off. And Cool Life Livin started to blow up. And I realized, okay, I have this time. This is my time. And I'm going to do whatever I want with it, and we just influenced the whole campus.
I love it. And, one of the things that I admired about you in that season with Cool Life Livin was your commitment to marketing and branding yourself. I never forget, even this was like, I don't know, probably like 3 years ago now. We getting old. But I was driving to Jackson, and on the welcome to Jackson, Michigan little city sign, it's a Cool Life Livin sticker. And I'm like, how did you get a sticker here? It's like an hour and 45 minutes away from the campus. What was your mindset around just getting the word? I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs that'll be watching this or the replay, and they have trouble really, creating awareness around their cause or their brand. And you had a mindset about it. Talk about, help some people out. How do they get the word out about what it is that they're doing?
Actually, there, like you said earlier, that like it's all about timing, me being on the show. And I think that like I wouldn't have been able to give you a solid answer before, but like just dealing with Shoemaker now, I can give you like a solid answer. And bro, we created a cult following. I didn't know how to word it back then. I didn't know what to call it, but we legitimately created a cult following. And it didn't happen because of a logo. The logo didn't come until after. Like the logo came when the brand, like when I was like, I hung up Cool Life Livin and pursued youth ministry. Like it literally happened because this is the best scenario. I will get a text. I'll get a text message and someone say, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" I'm like, "No, I don't." Or actually, I'll say I don't, or I do. And then they'll say, "Oh, because I saw they were wearing a Cool Life Livin shirt and they saw me wearing one." And so I walked up to them and said, "Hey, do you know Nick?" And literally, bro, my marketing was, "Do you know Nick?" And like, and I wish that I recognized that back then, because I would have like really honed in on that. But it wasn't like, oh, I have the latest Cool Life Livin shirt. It was, "Do you know Nick?" And I think that marketing, I mean, you can say it for anything. It's authenticity, right? Like literally just be yourself, right? And like people will want to surround themselves with you, and like you just this genuine influence. And so the sticker in Jackson, bro, I didn't do that. Like there was a sticker in Ohio that I saw, bro. I didn't do that. You know, I still get text messages now, like this year, of people who are in Mount Pleasant, like shooting me pictures of Cool Life Livin stickers all over campus. That actually, some of them I did do those, bro. But like it was some of them that I didn't. You know, it's just like it was just genuine marketing, because we created a cult following. Like we didn't. I keep saying we, bro. It was really like it was me and like Chris and Blackburn, you know, and like it was we. And like we literally we didn't make it inclusive. Like we didn't make it exclusive. You know, like it was all about just being yourself and just literally living life for a living, you know. And people love that, bro. People are looking around, how do I get a shirt? People thought it was a frat. It was like, and we were like anti-frat, you know. It's just like, we don't want to be a frat. Like, this is for everybody, you know. Like, so yeah, we built that cult following, man, and we're implementing that now, and it's blowing up with Shoemaker.
Yeah, man. And I want to get into this Shoemaker brand, because, you know, I told you when I started to see, I was like, man, you really own this something, and it's phenomenal. And I'm actually gonna pull up my screen and share it with some people, because I want them to see it. But I want you to talk about, you know, the did you pull up a shoe?
Huh? No, actually, I don't have any. That's the thing, bro. I don't have any more shoes. Like it's like, as soon as I make them, they go out. So I was like, man, I should have a product, but literally I have nothing made, because like I put out 2 shoes today, but they're in the mail.
That's cool. I got you. So y'all check this out. You should be able to see my screen now. Can y'all see the Shoemaker over here? Oh, I see you with the 6,000, bro.
Yeah, bro. I hit that yesterday. Hit 6,000 yesterday. It's already up to 6,200.
So, you know, I mean, this is some really cool, unique concepts on here, and I'd love for you to talk about, you know, how did you come up with some of these designs? How did you come up with the Shoemaker name? And, you know, man, how have you been able to build this cult-like following around this brand?
Okay, I mean, that's actually, it's simple. As far as the name, bro, I'm just fire coming up with names, bro. I don't know what it is about me, bro, but like I'll just see something saying like, oh, and then I'll Google it, check the domain, like, oh man, I have like 10 domains. That like, it's like, how didn't anybody think of this? You know, like I have one domain that's custom acrylic cuts. It's like, bro, at any moment, bro, I can launch a custom acrylic cuts website. It's like, and it's so simple, you know. So I'm sitting
you're gonna be one of them guys that, you know, when I be trying to look for website names and it'd be like $25,000.
No, I am that guy. Yeah, I am that guy, bro. Yeah, I have fire like domain names, bro. So if you need a domain, hit me up. I'm charging you about 2 racks. But as far as Shoemaker, like the idea, it all started with failure. Interesting. It all started with failure. I have a pair of Nike Air Max. They're not the 90s. I think they're 97, but it's the Susans. They dropped maybe 2 years ago. And this is like, I was just learning StockX, and it's like, okay, like how does this work? And like I'm just really big on taking risks. Like I don't play it safe at all. And like I tried to play it safe. But then I just like, when I play it safe, bro, I actually feel like I don't do well. It's not until like I throw my entire self into it, like that it's like it works out, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. Like, okay, I'm gonna go $100,000 into debt, but you know, come out with $1 million. Hasn't happened yet, but it will. All right, but it started with failure, bro. So I bought these shoes on StockX, thinking that like I think that I bought these shoes for $750.
Hmm.
I thought that because the shoe was going to drop like the next day. So I thought that, okay, this is how much it's worth. Now it's going to go up. So I bought it and then it jumped to like $1,300. I'm like, oh man, I just made an instant come up. So I thought that like, because I bought it $750, that when it jumped to $1,300, that like that's how much it was worth the next day. No, that's how much the next person was offering to sell it. When the shoe came out, they were only like, I could only flip it for like $300. So I lost $450 if I sold it. Those shoes are still in my closet, bro. I'm not selling those. But because of that, I remember my wife was mad. Like silver was hot. And like I went home, told her, she was mad. So I was like, well, I'm just going to start customizing shoes. I see people doing this online. I'm going to start customizing shoes to do it. Like, you know, I'm artistic. Just get some paint, find the materials. I do it. And it's a success, you know, like it's slowly getting into it. And then I get bored with that. I get bored real easily. But it's opening doors for me. And then come December, I think it was December, I have another impulsive moment. I see a Glowforge. I get all these ads on Instagram. It's like, it's a Glowforge. Like, man, like I could do something with that. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure out a way to make this laser engraver work with customizing the shoe. So I bought it. And Silver was mad. Silver was so mad, bro. She was mad because it didn't make sense, bro. It did, but for some reason to me, it did. So I bought the Glowforge and I just started making charms. I start drawing shoes. I drew an Air Force One. I drew a Fear God. I drew an Air Max. And so I start selling these charms and I call them shoe charms. But I literally, I took a keychain and called it a shoe charm and people bought it. Right. And so it turned into that.
But take a step, slow down, because, you know, you just spitting off ideas and, you know, where did this come from? Like, where do you be getting these ideas from?
I don't know how to describe it, bro. I mean, personally, bro, I believe every idea is a God idea. My philosophy when it comes to just engaging ideas is a little bit different than like, I want to say your average Christian. You know, like a lot of people, their first response is, well, I'm going to pray about it. Well, my response is, I know where I got the idea from. Why would I pray about it? You know, so I'm going to do it. I can't explain it. It's like a gut feeling. So I'm going to do it. It hasn't failed me yet. You know, like it may seem like a failure in the beginning, but bro, every single failure, bro, I flipped it and turned it into a success story. Yeah. And so even Cool Life Livin, bro, you tried me. You said I was a former CEO of Cool Life Livin. No, funny thing is Cool Life Livin is still happening. Shoemaker is a DBA of Cool Life Livin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bro, it's all part of the master plan. When I hit 10K, Cool Life Livin is coming back.
Like gonna come back. You didn't tell me that. You did not tell me that, bro.
Because we don't talk about things until it's solidified. Oh, right. Yeah. So like it's in motion. I mean, Cool Life Livin has been back since 2017, bro. I just been sitting on it. You know, because I know I'm not done.
Yeah. I mean, there's seasons, right? It's seasons for everything, and you know, sometimes you got to put things down for a season. Sometimes you got to pick it up. You know, when you're sitting down to get ready to create, what goes through your head?
It's a bunch of crap, bro. I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you, bro. Like you'll probably get lost in my mind. I don't know. Like we had this conversation earlier, and it was about procrastination and creativity.
Yeah, you don't want to get into that argument. Not online.
It's not an argument, bro.
It is an argument, bro.
It's not
an argument
because it works for different people. For me, procrastination works. Right. Okay. So if I'm sitting down to create and I have a 2-week deadline, it's not going to be good, bro. I'm going to be bored out of my mind. And so like it's going to be just something that I have to do. Right. But if I wait until the day before, bro, I'm going to make something brilliant. And it's just something about that, like that rush of like, if I don't get this done, like, then I gotta refund them the money, you know, and then I rip it, and it's like, oh, I gotta mass produce this, bro. That's how the Jason shoe happened. That's the shoe that's going.
I agree with you. I just don't think, and we were having this conversation. I just don't think that. Here's what I think. I'm like a strategic efficiency guy. So like to me, like I get it. I perform well in the clutch, right? That's basically what you're saying. Yeah. So I do better on test when I study the night before than if I, you know, didn't do that. I get it. That's kind of what you're saying. But what I'm saying is I don't study.
That's what I'm saying is, bro. I went through college and I've read like 2 books, bro. Like my purpose of going to college was how many people can I meet? Like it was, bro. It was evangelism, right? It was my mindset was. I remember I had my friends would say, they would say, you know, how do you know so many people? And my response would be, I don't. Like, I don't know this person. I don't know that person.
Hey, Brian Mills tried you, bro.
He tried me, bro. He tried me. But like, what I'm saying, bro, is like I don't like. It's something about not coming prepared for me that you get the authentic version or the authentic reaction of me. And I think that people are drawn towards that authenticity. I believe that there is a time to be prepared. But for me, it's like if I'm over prepared, I blow it. Mm-hmm. It comes with teaching, preaching, creating. Like if I'm over prepared, bro, I will blow it.
Well, I just think it's to me, it's the difference of like doing versus being, right? Like you don't do creativity, you are creative. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the difference, because I would push back and say you do prepare, because you know we're friends and you hang out with me, and I find myself saying this phrase a lot of time when we hang out. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, it's like, where did that come from? Where did this random thought, where did this random video, how did you even find that? To me, that is your preparation. Yeah. Right. But it's just who you are. And so you might not know it, but those videos are inspiring ideas in you. No, so then when you actually sit down to create, you've already done a lot of thinking. And it's the same thing with speaking. Like, you're not just getting up there winging it per se.
It's throughout the week.
You know what I'm saying? You read, you have conversations, you reflect, you pray, whatever you do. And so all of that's part of your preparation. And I think that's the difference, right?
Actually, so it's more natural. You're right. You're right. So since you said that, that is something I didn't think about. It's the subconscious mind. Like I have an idea. I may not say it out loud, but I'm sitting. People think that I'm like daydreaming, and I'm just like, I just don't want to be there. No, I'm literally building something in my head. Right. I don't want to write it on paper. I'm building in my head. I'm measuring it out. Okay, will this work? Back in Mount Pleasant, when I was the youth pastor at FCC, but we didn't have a budget, you know, so like we literally built a store in the church to get a budget, you know, but I would literally walk around Menards or Home Depot. I would just walk, had no money, and I would just price stuff out, like just look at it, you know, and look at, okay, how much is this pipe? You know, well, I can make a nice stand with that, or how much is this? So when the time came for implementation, for ideation and like implementation, I knew how much it was going to be. I could say roughly this is going to cost us about $60.
Right.
Yeah. So you're right.
So you're doing all the planning beforehand. Yeah.
Preparation. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually exactly what preparation is.
It's preparation. It's preparation. But I don't work on it until the last minute.
So, Shoemaker. What who is the ideal person to connect with the brand?
It's 2. We have 2 different target audiences. Why did I just go full screen? Okay. Anyways, it's 2 different target audiences, right? You have the people who order custom shoes, like the sneakerheads. Those are the people who, like, when I make a shoe, it's going out to them. The second audience is people who customize shoes. Now, these people are different. They're not going to buy my shoe because they can make it themselves. They're not going to buy my shoe because they can make it themselves. So I had to create something that they couldn't make themselves. And that's where thermoforming acrylic came from, which is me literally taking 1/8 of an inch acrylic, like shaping it to the panel of the shoe, and then thermal bending it and forming it to the shoe, and then drilling it into the shoe. Now that was the hard part, was how do I convince these people to buy a shoe with screws in it? I was me. I explained to them, I reassured them, hey, this doesn't poke your feet. I'll wear this like at least 3 times a week, you know, and I just stayed consistent. And then I found people who, like, customizers who were willing to use my product, and like they would buy something and I would ship them more. Right. And then I would say, hey, can you send me a video of you installing it? Because they seen me install it. Right. And so it created this following, bro. I had 700 followers trying to do this. And like they would post it. And then every time I came out with a new product, I started having like repeat customers, as far as like whether they're ordering a shoe or the customizers, whenever I created something new, I would take their logo and I would engrave it in that, like the lace lock, or I would engrave it in the charm. Right. And they didn't ask for it. They don't even know that I'm making it. Like they just ordered swooshes, and then I'll send it to them, because then the next order, they want custom charms. Like I'm tapping into, like, I'm making it exclusive for them, but then it's inclusive for everyone. Right. So like, hey, I can, exactly. So not only can I customize this shoe for like people, I can be your plug as far as customizing all your parts. And bro, like, it's crazy, bro. We just had somebody order, like, I think over like 30 Nike swooshes, like acrylic. And so if they're a first order, you know, you over provide, and we just plug them with a bunch of charms and stuff. Yeah.
I think one day I want to come up with my own shoe. Like, I want to put
I'll
my
see
own
your shoe game, bro. I see your shoe game. Yeah. No, you good, bro. You good, bro. Just stick to speaking, bro.
But it's probably because I haven't come on my own shoe. Like, if I come on my own shoe,
you don't
bro.
Need a shoe, bro. You don't
I think I come up with a dope shoe, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Bobby Whitley said intuitive planning. That's what he's describing your preparation process.
I like that. That sounds a lot better.
That's the new term. Thanks, Bobby.
Intuitive procrastination.
Yeah. I like Mallory here. She says the idea behind Shoemaker started with failure.
Yeah, man, like that.
Failing forward, man. Talk about that, because I know a lot of people who are stuck in the start blocks because they're afraid to fail.
Just do it, bro. I'm not trying to copy Nike, bro. Like, I think that people are just too afraid to fail. Like, the worst that can happen is that you fall on your face, right? You got in a fight before, right? You got in a fight. Okay, so like the scariest thing about getting in a fight is in the beginning, before you get hit. Like before anybody
get beat up.
but no, just rock.
All right,
like it's like I remember being young and like getting in my first fight, and like I was so afraid, and then like I threw the first punch, he threw the first punch, and I got hit, and I was like, oh, that's it. And then after that, I was all in it, right? I got hit in my mouth, bro, and it was just like, okay, all right, well, like just jump back into it. I think you just need to let yourself get hit and see that it's not as bad as it is. Like, if you fail,
oh, my bad.
If you fail, the worst thing that can happen is simply that you fail, right? But like, just because you fail doesn't make you a failure. And I think that, like, just like my identity isn't wrapped in what I do. My identity is wrapped in who I am, right? So like, whether I win or I lose, I'm not a winner. I'm not a loser. I'm still Nick.
Man, I seen Steve Wee is on here. What's up, Steve Wee?
Good, Steve?
I see my guy Daniel's on here. What's up, Daniel? Man,
Jackson?
welcome to the Second Chance Live story. No, I said Daniel. I meant Danny.
Danny?
But his name probably is really Daniel. Danny, is that your name? Is your name Daniel? Dang, that's your street career, bro. Danny in my life group, man.
Okay. Oh, I thought you meant Danny Bolden.
No, man, I haven't talked to Debo in a minute. Anyways, y'all, what's up, man? Thank you for joining. I don't know why I only can see people from certain platforms and like all Facebook. Anyways, I see y'all when I go to Facebook. It's just not coming through StreamYard. We're gonna have to complain. Anyways, man, I agree with you. That's a good mindset to have around failure. But I think failure is hard to bounce back from. Like, I remember still tell a funny story. I remember we were in, like, I don't know, it was like the first or second round to begin playoffs in high school, and we were playing against Grass Lake. And some people who grew up probably remember this moment. And obviously I was like the lead scorer of the team, started team, or whatever. So the pressure's on me to take us to the finals. This was the same year that I was ranked number 3. Draymond Green was ranked number 1. So we were supposed to go meet each other at the state championships and it'd be this head off. We didn't make it. But we're in this game. And number one, the game shouldn't even be close. The team's kind of trash, but it's close, right? And it's the heat of the moment. I get the ball in the middle of the lane, kind of on a fast break, but it's clear, like, it's time for Darryll to dunk on somebody, right? I get that boy, and I just jump a little bit too early. Like, it was something about the hype, knowing that it was coming, and they had passed me the ball a little too soon. And I don't know, I just thought I was Mike for 1 second, and I took off. I'm like, couple steps before the past the free throw line. And when I jumped, I knew I wasn't gonna make it, but I had to try. So I tried to like cock that boy back, and then I just got hung. And you could, I promise you, I'm not over exaggerating. The stadium, because this is a playoff game, so it was like dead silent when I got hung, and it was the most embarrassing thing ever. And don't get me wrong, like I still scored 20 plus points that game. We won. We pulled through the victory, whatever. But I'm telling you, I heard about that for the longest, and it messed with me, bro. Like it did. Like even though we won the game, it still messed with me. And I don't know if that's because my identity was attached to what I did. I don't know if that's why. But man, like we have to be real that when you fail, it does not feel good, bro.
It doesn't. I mean, yeah. I mean, if anybody says like failure feels good, then they have like issues, you know. Like I just go out every day and I want to fail, you know. But like I think that actually I was reading this book called The ADHD Advantage, and this book really helped me out because like I have like ADHD and I for the longest I thought that it was a negative, you know. But the book was just like, no. He said when you think about it. He said the people with ADHDs were the survivors back before there were like civilizations and stuff. They were the ones that jumped off the edge of the cliff in the heat of the moment. You know, they were the ones that chased down the lion just because they didn't think rationally. But he also said that people with ADHD bounce back easily.
Yeah.
And I think my mentality with that is like I always find myself repeating this, especially if I'm losing. If I need to get myself out of a slump, like and just like okay, like get myself out of the mentality of I can't win this. Like I always think to myself, okay, it's still 0-0. You know, it's 0-0. Like so, every time that I try, like there is no score. Like it's like this is the beginning of the game. So how would I play if this were the beginning of the game, right? And what you'll find, you'll start having more wins than losses because like you start, it's incremental wins. Right, that lead to the big one, bro. When it came to Shoemaker, bro, like we're winning right now, but like, bro, it was a lot of losing up front. You know, I just decided to go all in. You know, like I bought a lot of stuff that didn't make sense, but now it does.
Yeah. I mean, vision sees what can be, and you're making moves based upon where you see this going, not necessarily where you are right now. Bobby said, "What was the name of the ADHD book?"
It's called The ADHD Advantage.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I heard from you that it was good. I trust your recommendation. If it's trash, Nick said it.
It's a fire book.
Man, you got to invest in yourself. All right, man. I kind of want to land the plane on this note. I want to talk about being a young leader and leadership. And, you know, I consider yourself and myself the next generation of leaders. You know, when you think about some of the old heads, you know, the John Maxwell's of the world, the Les Browns, the I got to throw a girl in there because they're gonna think I'm sexist. You know, Michelle Obama. Like, you know, I'm not. I believe in women leadership. My wife is one, and I just see us as being some of those leaders that are rising up, right? And what's their advice to leaders who can feel that pulling to greatness? And I know you feel it because I feel it, and that's probably one of the reasons why we align. But man, what's your advice to leaders who know that they're called to more and they're in this season of just trying to figure things out?
Don't switch up. The way you are right now is the way you need to be if you're trying to reach that level, right? I mean, like I'm not talking about work ethic. I'm talking about character, like personality. I'm a very random person. It drives me nuts. I remember if I walk into a room with businessmen, I'm still going to be me. I'm going to be the one that's staring off, looking at a wall or doodling on a piece of paper because like, this is me. This is how I listen. Like if you want my attention, you have my mind, you just don't have my eyes, you know? But like whenever I didn't do that, I found myself like getting sometimes even depressed just because it's like, I'm trying to attain a level that I can't keep. And it wasn't until like I found that freedom of just simply like just Nick be Nick. Because here's the thing, like I remember I once heard that there's a cost to being authentic, right? Like like there's a cost to being yourself in every situation. There is a cost, but then there's also a cost to not being yourself. And I think that not being yourself is greater, simply because, let's say, if I change the way I am in order to receive, like in order to achieve success, when I reach success, I have to maintain this false identity.
Yeah.
And that's so much more heavier than doors closing in my face because I'm me. Yeah. I've had a lot of doors closed in my face, but I'm still me. Yeah. It didn't crush who I am. So like I'm cool. Like I think when people, bro, that was the thing about football, bro. Just be honest. Like when I like another thing that helped me make that decision was that when I really opened my eyes and I started to look around, bro, I realized that like I thought I was the only one. But I realized that, bro, it was a lot of people faking.
Oh, yeah. We called it shooting the movie.
It was a lot of people faking, bro. It was just like
the whole movie.
Like, the whole idea of football is life. For some people, it was. But bro, but for some people, no. It was just because you had clout on campus. Or it was because, like it, bro, it was a lot of people faking, bro. And I remember, like, bro, I just, like, when I quit, bro, I quit. And it was like, okay, like, I closed that section of my life. I was still cool with people I was cool with. Yeah. But it was like, now my focus is Cool Life Living, and like I need to meet the dean. Who's the dean of business? You know, like I need to meet that person, right? Like it was no longer like move that chain for me, bro. It was like grow Cool Life Living. But like, yeah, bro, if you look around, a lot people think that they're the only ones, but bro, it's a lot of people out here faking, bro.
Oh, for sure. And I think people, I say it this way. I say I'd rather be real and be rejected than fake and be accepted.
Yeah.
And I tell people that in job interviews too. I say, like, be yourself, because exactly what you just said is like, if you fake it and you get the job, you're going to have to keep faking it to keep the job. Yeah. And so authenticity is so important. But I think like this rejection, that's why I did my TEDx talk on overcoming rejection, because I noticed that we had such a negative, just like failure, we had this negative energy and this avoidance of rejection. Like, I don't want to try to speak, so I'm going to be rejected. I don't want to try to, create because somebody might not like my stuff and be rejected. And then the worst thing about it is a lot of it, especially in today's time, is based on social media. And it's and I hate it because people don't know how this works. Like I had a client that I was coaching on growing their business and everything online, and they were like, oh, well, I posted and only got like 3-4 likes. And I was just like, okay, like keep doing it and all this stuff. And we just talked about other strategies, but I was like, you don't understand. You only have like 300 followers. Like 3 likes is kind of like straight, like because there's an algorithm. It's not like I had to explain to her. I said, it's not like 300 people saw your stuff and then only 3 people decided to like it. There probably was only about 15. And if you just started posting, there's less. And so you could have had 3 out of 3, but there's an algorithm. And so, I think people need to know that it's when if you're trying to like get affirmation from the social media, know that the algorithm plays a factor. Yeah. So don't get depressed over likes.
Hey, but it was another thing that like it was something you told me a while back that like really helped me, because I remember you said that creativity is like you got it from somebody. You said creativity is like mentally undressing in front of people, and it's true. Bro, I would be very self-conscious. Like I'll put something out and people like even just critique it. But then you share like you said you can have what you said 100 fans, or like you can have 9 haters but 1 raging fan. Focus on that raging fan.
Yeah,
bro, and like and that really
completely butchering my quote right now, but it's cool.
Yeah, whatever. But
for every 10 critics, there's 1 raging fan.
For every 10 critics, there's 1 raging fan, bro. And so focus on the raging fans, bro. And what you'll find is that the people who are hating, like, have nothing going on. Like rarely, bro. Like, when was the last time you paused to just like to hate on somebody?
Yeah.
Because you have stuff going on. It's like, bro, I'm too busy to sit here and hate on this dude's customs, or I'm too busy to like hate on your business model. Like that's a waste of energy. And so, like, even if you looked at my comments, bro, you'll find at least 1 hater in there, and they just say something like smart. And bro, and I don't even clap back, bro. Like I literally say, you know what? I said like, you're not my target audience, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. But because they're not my target. Like you'll sit there and get mad at people, like people who I just heard a quote recently, bro. So, I don't know, but I'm just going to butcher it. But it's like, bro, if I'm lemonade, bro, there are just people who just simply don't like lemons.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So stop
Yeah,
trying to
that's my
convince them
quote
to
too.
drink it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
that wasn't your quote. I just heard it like
just
yesterday. I was like, that's really good. But that wasn't the quote, but
It's my quote now.
that's the idea, bro. Like they're just people who just simply don't like lemons, but then you'll break yourself trying to become apple juice. And it's just like, no, just be lemonade and be the best lemonade. Right, bro. There are people who do not like me. I am a very impulsive, sporadic person, and I can be very straightforward, right? There are people who don't like me, bro. I used to take that to heart.
Yeah.
Especially back in college. I used to take that to heart.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, I have a wife and kids. It's like, I could really every opinion that matters is under my roof at night. Like, I could really care less. I think that's the mentality that everyone needs to have. It's just stop caring.
I agree. And I know you're not saying this, but we're not, because I know people that take it too far and then they can't receive any type of feedback. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's not.
We're just talking about knowing who you are, so that you don't let somebody's opinion of you shake the core of your identity. That's really what it is. So, man, this is good, bro. How can people connect with you, man?
That's why I put that IG handle in there. Hit that 7K. If you go over to IG and follow us on.
Let's help Nick hit 7K on IJ.
I'm trying to hit 10K before Christmas, bro.
You trying to hit how much?
10K before Christmas.
10K before Christmas. It's doable. It's doable. I will say, bro, having hit it, like, the swipe up is fire. Sometimes I'll be using the swipe up just to flex. Like, I did a swipe up the other day and it felt good, bro.
I would say this, at 10K, I'm bringing the clothing bag. So it'll be like all hand drawn stuff. I already have the designs, still working on some, but I put it out when we had like 700 and I only had like a few sales, but then I realized I was too distracted. I was like, well, let me focus on the shoe.
Brian Mills said, can you do Steelers shoes, Baker?
If you pay for it, I can do
it. Everything has a cost, man. I like it.
If you pay for it, I can do it. Yeah,
good.
Yeah, so like at 10K, we're gonna be dropping the merch. If you want to support, buy the merch, or just simply just like, share, follow, and save. The saves are what helps the pages go to the posts go to the explore page. Yeah,
I want to take a moment to run a short commercial. If you're a podcaster or you're someone who wants to grow your brand or get on bigger platforms, I want you to go to app.guestio.io.com. Let me say that again. App.guestio. Oh, I completely said that wrong.
Yeah, you butchered it.
Yeah, I butchered it. I got to start over. Let's start over. All right. Actually, do we have a banner? That'd be a lot easier. Here, I'm going to give my team a banner so y'all can do this. Here we go. Boom. Banner language. All right. If you are a podcaster, if you have a live stream show, if you want to get in front of large audience, if you want to connect with people like Manny Pacquiao, David Meltzer, some of the top entertainers in the world, there is a new platform out. It is like a networking commerce site for podcasters, influencers. It's called Guestio. All right. So if you go to www.app.guestio.com, that is GUESTIO.com, you can sign up for an account and you can get access to some of the most brightest, brilliant people in the world. And shameless plug, I do have an affiliate link. Reach out to me. I'd love to plug you into the platform. Nick's doing it right now. He's better be doing it with Nick. So thank you. I want to let you guys know about that. Last thing is, for all of you who have been hitting me up for signed copies of my book, they're all gone. And we will get more in January. But you can still order the book, secondchanceathletes.com. Just click on the book tab there, and you can access the book. Plus, I'm still giving away a bunch of bonuses. I was supposed to take it down a long time ago, but I forgot. And so you still get access to all of the interviews like these. You get access to my exclusive interview with my business mentor, David Meltzer, and it was fire. You get access to the ebook, and so and plus early access to my Purpose Made Profitable course. So I'll be releasing that later this month. So go purchase the book from Amazon, take the code, put it there on the site, and I'll make sure you get all those bonuses. That's it, y'all. Nick, thank you for your time today. Appreciate it. Go reach 10K by winning Christmas.
Christmas, bro. We're hitting 10K.
All right, 10K Christmas. I like that. You should make a graphic. 10K by Christmas, bro. Put it out there in the air. We can help him get there. And you know what? This is how we're gonna go out. Hold on. Dang, anticlimactic.
Cry. You see your numbers going down?
Do you know what they say? That we can't make it this way. No, they told us that we'll never make it, but they don't know the God we serve.
I came out the womb defying stats. They was like, I don't know about that. I came out the streets defying stats. They was like, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We still defying stats. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We still defying stats. They label me a statistic. I think they missed it. Selling drugs.